Hi everyone, welcome along. Welcome to Steel Horse Station. We are, whoops, let's try that again. We are getting underway. Now I've managed to break my OBS setup somehow, which is a bit bizarre. I'm just trying to figure out why that is not behaving itself. It's sort of there, but I've lost my camera. Video capture device, deactivate, activate. Oh, there we go. Now, let's figure out how I've ended up with two video capture devices. No, that's the one I want. That's the one I don't want. There we go. I hope everybody is well. I think that is now behaving itself properly. No, why have I got two pictures? How is that possible? That shouldn't be displaying. That's that one. Let's delete that one. Maybe now. Okay. Right. Well, that was a bit messy, but sorry about that. Let's start that up. This is what happens when I do something different earlier in the week and thought I'd set it up as a duplicate, and when in actual fact it just changed my settings. So basically, poor user of OBS, but I think we're good now. Yeah, it did look a bit weird, didn't it? The trouble is when you're using software that, when it works, it's terrific, but I don't actually know enough about how it works to accurately predict how to fix things that are unexpected. Let's put it that way. And that was definitely unexpected. But we'll check that I've actually got a... My only concern now is that the image isn't quite sized right, but we should be able to tell that in a minute. How are you today, Jason? Okay, let's jump in here. So that... we don't have it quite right, do we? Because you're not... in the screen, is that... properties, capture specific window. I am well. Normal hook rate, okay, that's fine. So why are you not? You're pretty close. We won't mess with it any further. We'll just hope that that does the job. Right, let's get on with some farming, shall we? So we are on the last day in August. We don't have to complete the last day. I've got to, whoops, I've got to hit the right keys. That will make it work much better. I don't want to buy any, I've left the truck across here. We will potentially get some more livestock later. Now, what are you doing sitting here? You need to be going to field 132. Is that where you are? You're at 132. So what we need to do is look at the map. So 132 is here, and the field that you need to be collecting from is 129. And how do we get on to 129? Looks like there might be a track at the top there. Let's drive. Which way are we facing? Let's... We want to be just over there. That's the field we're trying to harvest. Behind us. So let's back up here a bit. Because I can't remember where the access point onto this field 129 is, and I haven't set up an auto drive point, which is why I sent it there. Let's see here. Is there a path onto the fields? Or do we have to get in some other way? Nope, not there. Maybe at the end here. This looks more like it. Right, so what we'll do here, that's while we're here, solve that problem. And did you happen to see any of what I did on Monday night, Jason? It's fine, of course, if you didn't. I'm just curious to know if you had any thoughts on it. I know some didn't like it, which is perfect. That's why I decided to experiment. We won't be doing it again. I enjoyed it. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to click on there. Okay, 129. Okay. Yep, there will do. And then there. Around there. That should work. And then coming from the other direction onto there. Good, good. Now, so you're here. I'm pretty sure I have somewhere on this field a harvester. Just not sure where he is. Let's go overhead. That's me. Where's the harvester gone? Hmm. That might take a little bit of detective work. I thought, oh, maybe I didn't drive it across yet. Let's see. Ah, excellent. Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed your break in the snowies. Now, what I did on Monday night, I did something a bit different. I grabbed a game that is in pre-release on Stream and tried that out. And the reason I chose it was that it's a city builder for medieval cities called Farthest Frontier. But it has more farming elements than I've seen. Excuse me, than I've seen before in city builder games. So that made it, in my view, just worth Look, why are we not able to find? Where's the other truck? No, I don't know why you're over there. Okay, this is the other one we want to go to F129. Just drive there, would you? Drive to 129. Can you manage that? That means that this field, maybe this is where, maybe I hadn't moved the harvester yet. 120, 182 we're on, aren't we? There it is, hiding at the other end of the field. Gosh. Well, you need fuel and service. Tell you one thing I've noticed. We see, despite doing the heavy maintenance on these vehicles, we still seem to be racking up maintenance and damage at quite a prodigious rate, which is not what I expected. I mean, I didn't think it would go to zero, but I didn't think one field, which is what we've essentially done here, would wipe us right out like that. Yeah, I did have a go, and I enjoyed it. It's good. It's good fun. It's, you know, it's still. It was very stable. So sometimes you run a bit of a risk with pre-release stuff that the game isn't finished, or, you know, isn't. It only works up to a point. This seems to be far enough through its cycle that there's absolutely a playable game there. So I managed, you know, I didn't have any trouble at all during the stream, and I've probably played, I don't know, a few hours in it since. You know, it's like all of that genre. Once you get in amongst it, there's things that you like, and then there's things that you want to see. But far and away, that quality of the UI and how easy it is to do, to sort of get started with the game, I found quite attractive. Now, where are we here? Which way am I going? Oh. That's where I am. I'm heading back to our place. Good. So certainly a lot more to like than dislike, I found. To the point where I'd recommend it for if you're on a PC, and I know you're not, but for PC players that like Sim City style games. This is in that genre, but quite different, set in medieval times. So it's got a lot going for it. And it's very attractive. SnowRunner's never really grabbed me. I've looked at it. The only YouTuber I've watched playing it was Mr. Sealy P, and whilst I didn't mind watching him play, basically the game itself didn't leap out and grab me. I think I might have tried a demo version of it at some point. I'm going to need to move some equipment around up here, aren't I? Probably. Let's see. Let's see. Let's move you. Yeah, that's why you're sitting here, because you need work. We'll put you in the shed, I think. We'll bring the harvest around by the hard stand. The first thing we can do is fill up with some juice. Get a drink ourselves while we're waiting for that to fill. Yeah, I reckon on his day, Mr. Silly P could probably make it interesting to watch paint dry. It's just got that gift, I think. Works really well. Enjoys what he's doing, and it shows. Let's see here. Jump out there. Right, so we've put 15 hours on it since this major service, but it still wants another $4,000 worth of maintenance there. We'll repair everything up. I might have unrealistic expectations of how all of that works. That's always a chance. Let's just see if we can. Can't imagine that reversing a trailer is really what's intended. Are you going to get round? Not quite. Not really what they're designed for, I'm guessing. Sim Brisco, how are you? Yes, definitely the gift of the gab he has. I am in awe. Glad to see you, Mr. Brisco. We are still having enormous fun on your creation. Now you need to go to field 1, 2, whoops. 129 into that folder. Turn that off. Select that drive there. Right, that was a long-winded way around what we needed to do. Corn's looking good. That'll be for later on, I'm guessing. Got plenty of work to do it. Right, so these trucks are... I can't remember whether we can... Yes, we can. We can cheat, basically. That farmer, we'll assume, owns the land we're about to harvest, and we'll avail ourselves of his parking lot. Ah, goodness me. we had a sunny day ourselves today. Exactly. And even though I turned on the collision setting, doesn't seem to make much difference. In fact, the one thing I noticed that it did do was it caused the trucks to stop at the boom gate on whichever production's still got a boom gate on it. So I must go in and fix that in a second too. I'm convinced this particular trailer is still not 100% there. Like that, something wrong with the model. I've never had so many truck rollovers as I've had with this particular trailer in the last couple of weeks. Now, if I put that there, oops, that's not what I want. I want this. And what is it? Use global settings. See, the cornering speed's fine. Collision detection. I don't think we want FS22. I think we might want 19. So let's try that. And it sounds like the harvester is here. Before you go and make life too difficult there, Chief. Oh, actually, that's a good way to do it. Pull that round there. Slide forward a bit. Just a whisker into the crop. And we're good to go. Now, have a drink first. Let's see here. Let's do that and that. Are you going to behave for me today? No, you are not, because we're not on the field yet. Target is not on a field, okay. I could say let's choose that field. And 3 headlands seems to be working quite well for us. Generate that course, I like that. Start that job. Oh goodness, you're actually trying to drive to the start point, which is just up in front of us, without driving in the crop. That's a first. Cool. That's that done. So he's away. We'll move this trailer out of the way over here. And drive you onto the field. Come back later and get the other one set up. You're going to need more fuel at some point as well. Certainly burning through the diesel with these harvests. Now we want to unload the combine The field position is there. Target position. Let's put the target position up this side here. And we're gonna 129. Where's 129 getting sent to? 129 is going to Chapel Road. Chapel Road grain, and the crop is actually canola. I assume you're talking about the one that's been creating bedlam in the US. Do I have a favorite field to work? Favorite field to work? That's a good question. I haven't thought about it in those terms. Now let's do you, and you can just sit there like so, hopefully. I'm enjoying how we're situated here. So, and I'm really enjoying the sort of 3 different centres of operation that we've got going. So sort of Penny and Ringo up here, which we'll jump over to in a minute, FSB, and I'll show you where we're up to with that. And then, of course, the pig farm's coming along nicely, and that's more in the Putney's regular stomping ground. And then the industrial area we're building at the bottom is working quite nicely with our sugar beet running around there. So I was enjoying it while I was able to maximize the use of multiplayer. It was just a few things that got a bit too difficult that caused me to combine everything into one, but we're still pretty much operating as three farms. Now, where are we? There we go. Yeah. Oh, good. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my other harvester, which I think is on 55, is it not? 129. It is on 55. There it is. Okay, he's full. So where's the other truck? Is the other answer to that question? Missing a truck. That's the one which is waiting for here. We'll come back and do this in a minute. That's the one that's waiting for there. You're supposed to be flattening the silo, but you've obviously found your way out here. Don't know how. There we go. Speak of the devil. And you can continue on. So if we go back over here, we can put the mower away because, well, at least before we do that, we should mow the last bit of grass that we need to. What we did last week was we branched. Oh, I've still got bales to pick up in here. Goodness me. Well, we won't mow that for now. Forgot about those. We added some beef cattle. So we've started to expand sort of our cow operations going along nicely. And so we've added some beef cattle on here. And I am a huge fan of these expandable pastures. And for anyone that was paying attention from last week, you'll notice I managed to get them pretty much aligned with the lay of the land. So quite pleased about that. We can take you back and get some more water. So I'm guessing, FSB, that Jason's question was to you. The cyclone in the Caribbean, is that what caused, or the hurricane in the Caribbean, is that what caused the big rain event in your part of the world? I am not sure. Because we had a gorgeous spring day. Oh, so do I. Oh, and in fact, that reminds me. I'm becoming a very large fan of Olaf's mods, as you know, because they're just little things, but boy, do they give you some fine-tuning adjustments that are useful. And I noticed there's a couple more come out this week for anyone that's following. So one of them is gives you the ability to set distribution for a production to a specific location. So if you take, we're distributing from the sugar factory here, and so if I select, I can say, no, I only want the output for the sugar factory to go to this one location. And so that works a treat. So that's distributing. All right, and so it'll come up and give me a selection option. If I don't want to, if I want it to keep distributing everywhere, in this particular case, the pig food factory is distributing to the, and I'm interested, this is why, one of the reasons I added, I'm interested to see how it goes, because I've also got the mod that allows you to distribute to animal husbandry. So the pig food factory is currently distributing pig food when we're actually making it to the husbandries. So that was one of his mods. The other one is just simple one, but again quite useful. Where can I demonstrate? Over here. So if you turn your flashlight on, you can, it doesn't show in here. I've got a scroll wheel. Might be too bright. Let's see. But in effect, you can, you can't show it here because there's already lighting. Maybe there. I tested it out earlier and it works really well. So just a simple thing. Wondering if you, that's a, I don't know. I don't know enough about the rules around those sort of things. Sim Brisco. I think the thing with the expandable pastures that makes it work is the, g'day Grant, is the script that allows you to do here these all the stuff with the extensions. So, and extra options for how the extensions work. So I know there was some stuff written about it, which was about making expandable pastures ready, and so it's possible that you could put some of the support in the map, and then either have it as a required or a recommended mod to download. That would probably do it, but I'm sure that if you contacted the map, the mod owner, and I'm pretty sure they're on GitHub, I'm sure you could arrange something that everybody could live with. Now, where are we going here? So we've got, I was filling up water. Let's go and make sure that our truck did manage to get some canola in. So that's a good start. So let's pick up some of this. Because one of the things we need to do, I mentioned I'm keen to buy the cornfield that's next to John's farm. Well, we're going to need $500,000 for that. And by my calculations, that means if we can get round about 300,000 litres for silage, then we're going to need about 1.5 million litres of silage. So we're a little over halfway there, I think. And obviously we've got a few fields here. That's if we were to fund it all in silage. Now, you know, we have got a few contracts. Turn that on. So we have had a few contracts. We've got produce and things. So we're not without funds. So I reckon we might go pretty close. And we don't necessarily have to buy it on the first day of September. The trick is just to try and pick it up before the current owner harvests it, as it's already got corn in it, and we would like the corn. You can see on these fields we got a good cut of grass. And as I was driving up and down cutting the grass, it occurred to me that potentially we could swap that barn up there in front of us out for a cow shed and put our other milking cow shed over this way. Argsy, how are you, sir? That would be an option. If we didn't want to, well, that's good to hear. You'd be starting to get twitchy fingers regarding the countdown to FS25. What are we in, 5 weeks now or something of that order? Let's get rid of that. I understand. I'm not wishing our life away. I was thinking, though, in terms of how we might go here, because I am running on multiplayer, there's the opportunity to deviate. We don't just need to follow the Putneys. So a bit like we went and helped out Grimmer's farm, we have the potential, if people think it's an interesting idea, to pick some sort of special events. Special events probably a bit oversold, but I was thinking if there's something that we particularly want to try out or experiment with, we could devote a stream to it very easily by just creating an additional farm, and I can give some money into that farm to set up whatever we need to achieve whatever we want. So, for example, I'm kind of intrigued. I'm kind of intrigued to see if we could pick, say, one of the big fields. Not necessarily the biggest field, but one of the larger fields, and have a go at, can we get, for example, 4 harvesters, an auger wagon, and 3 trucks going. And what would we use to do that? So try some multiples as an example. Now, it's not limited to that sort of activity. It's more just a thought of, is there something else? If people have an idea of something you want to try, or you want to see tried, I'm prepared to consider offers without too many caveats. I don't want to try harvesting potatoes with a teaspoon or anything like that, but I think you get what I mean. So things that sort of to sort out and have a crack at before we move to FS25, and we could potentially, if there's 5 weeks to go, we could sort of, if there were enough ideas, we could do 1 a week. I understand, Jason. I must admit I'm more in the interested rather than excited category at the minute. I'd prefer to have low expectations and have them exceeded than to get all wound up and then just be disappointed. So I'm sort of aiming low at present. Oh, God, stopping with 96% won't get the bailout. Gee, still. I'm quite interested to see what they've done with the animal husbandry. If anything, other than, adding age groups and a couple of pictures, I don't think they've really shown us too much of that at this stage. I did have a look at the material that came out for what's it called? Oh, I can't even remember the name of it. The East Asian map. And certainly looked attractive. Bhutan Pantai, thank you. That's what I was searching for. Coming up blank in the memory. But I did find that was, well, it felt like it was going to be small. Just looking at the way things were done. Yes, he is. He is indeed. Oh, gosh, I'm making a bit of a mess of this field, aren't I? Never mind. We'll get there. What hasn't managed to unload itself is the big question. Bump you out of the way. This baler just doesn't quite like the size of the windrows. It's a bit finicky about the pickup. I think that'll be common, Jason. I think there'll be large swathes of the community that'll keep playing FS25 while they wait and see. Sorry, FS22, while they wait and see what has actually been delivered with FS25, how stable it is, and what mods are required to enjoy it the way they want to play it. Equally, there'll be a whole swathe of new people that have never seen it before and go, oh my God, how did I live for so long without playing? So bits of both, I reckon. The market's big enough. You're a sucker for punishment, Brisco. And we love it. I must admit, I've discovered that if I'm going to get truly immersed in a map, now that I've got a bit of experience with the game, it needs to be 4x. I find you can have fun on 2x maps, but they don't have the life in them because you kind of get, once you get up the hump, the challenge, it's a different challenge. Let's put it that way. And I'm with you, Argsy. I am intrigued to see what differences have emerged. Let's do this. Well, let's actually go and check where what's happening over here. Have we still not got a truck at this field? No. I've managed to get you stuck on the corner. Now, excuse me for a sec. Hay fever is killing me. Rightio. So let's go back over here and find out how we're traveling. Harvesting away. Truckers following. Managing to do all right. And your man, Mr. Lawson's got himself a drive, Argsy. More power to him. I think he will. Talent counts for a lot, and I think he showed in his first run he's got plenty of that. If he can now just add some experience. I'm intrigued to see what Danny Rick will choose to do next. What do I want to do here? Got money up there. Let's just come down here because we need the cover on this silage pit. I don't know. I've got no idea how he managed to get over here stuck on the tree. Last time I left him, he was happily compressing the pit. That's it. What do we got here? 17%. So he didn't get very much done. He just managed to stack it all up. Good job. You're going to be a nuisance, are you? Yep, you are. So we got 500,000. Let's do our numbers now. So we got 500,000 almost in there. We've got coming out to 1 million. Well, we have got 1 million if we count in the grass we've picked up so far. So if we turn all of this into silage, I reckon we'll go pretty close to the money we need. And the price is coming up towards 300 quite nicely. So I think we're in good shape to buy that field. This is going to be painful. Let's try turning. Right. Gonna be useful or not? Now, the question is, now that I've got it to this point, will it direction into the silo reverse? Hopefully you will. Good. Just move you up a little bit. Get you out of the way. The dolly back in the shed. You there for the minute. I feel like he's making progress here or not. Yeah, he is. Good. Now, next job. We might ride with you while you're unload and make sure you can actually get out of the field. That could be a good plan. Welcome along if you've just joined. Thanks for dropping by. Fairly typical summer's day. A little bit of cloud. No rain in the forecast at present, but if there was, we'd just go into September. So now, did you remember to feed yourself before the stream tonight, Grant? Or are you going to get to the point where someone goes for a food break and you suddenly remember that you're starving? Excellent. Good to hear. Now, is he going to be able to get out? 79. He's not quite full. Oh, I think a bourbon break always counts. There's nothing like liquid lunch was a very popular activity back in the day. Never been a bourbon drinker myself, so, but you feel free. I used to work with a bloke that was particularly partial to a Maker's Mark. What am I going to do? Am I going to go? I reckon we're going to intervene because I don't trust him to get out of the field. So let's go back down the other end. And pick him up when he turns. Well, there you go. There's two. I'm sorry I can't oblige, but feel free to help yourself. The bar's over there in the corner. Dying to press a couple of those green buttons, the green toggle switches to see what happens, but just can't seem to reach. Yeah, Argsy's in. You need longer arms to reach. Yeah, well, that's true. Need one of those magic Star Trek devices and I'll just transport it up to you. I think I've got a bottle of Tennessee honey there, actually. Okay, now let's do this. You've never tried Tennessee honey as an after dinner drink? I recommend it. Just a little bit different. Goes quite well with dessert or cheese. Or I dare say coffee, but I never got that far. Right, it looks looking pretty full. I'm pretty sure I can't take much more. Yes, have to say I tend to agree there, Grant. That'll be enough. Let's see. Can't get out this end of the field. As much as anything, I just wanted to see if I had any other options for departing this field, but it doesn't look like it. Just that crossover at the front. And so were you part of the recovery of the world record Harker, Argsy? That's what everyone wants to know. Are you now a world record holder? Hey, you can tell whatever story you like, Argsy. We're a long way away. Oh, I thought you might have flown up special. Could just see the world record certificate sitting behind you alongside your FS partner framed certificate. You need some fuel, don't you, champ? Now, where did we have the fuel? Oh, there it is. So you need to go. Send you back. Drive to, what field was I on? Mental block 55. Oh, sneeze. Just as well I caught that coming. Sorry. Don't get much warning. Right. Oh. Okay, they're the bales for the beef cattle that we put in last week. I sent the milk down. Oh, the milk truck should be down at the dairy. We're full up. I wonder if you'll let me pick up one of those bales. Let's find out. Whoop. That would be. Watch where you're going. I don't want you down. Pick you up. Pick you up. Ish. Oh, not that way. I want you. That's the one I want. Excellent. Got there in the end. Not very elegant, but it works. Just as well as no traffic. Yeah, let's drop you over there. Oh, bang. That's what we want. You there. See if we can drop this water off. Excellent. Well, now that that's done that, we can go and get the last 3 bales this way. But rather a lot of bales on that field, don't we? I'd forgotten last week about this field up the top here. I'm pretty keen to put some more beef cattle in there because that's already neatly fenced. So we can pop that one down shortly. And then our livestock will just putter away. See if we can make it all the way there without spilling the top couple onto the road. Okay, 129. We've got a bit of unloading to do somewhere. A little bit the harvester on 129. 61% transported. Interesting. That suggests we only need 1 more truckload, which is less than I expected, but that'll do. Okay, you need lost. Here we go. What are you doing? You're at 55. Yeah, that would be a fence, champ. So much for your collision detect. Now, where is up there? I'll get the harvester first and get him back working again. It will be better. Now, with any luck, we park you just at the corner here. Go back. And check our man over here. He might come and unload. That I turned him back on, so it'd be a bit much hopeful that he activated it on his own. Whee! Let's just see, can you find that truck? Oh, I've probably parked too close to the edge. We'll see what you do. Could be a disaster. We'll just watch. Watch and pray. You're going to turn around. Oh no, you are on the right side. I did park the right way around. Looking good. Perfect. Just like I bought one. It's quick. It's quick. Very quick. Now you need some fuel, which we'll deal with. While we're here, where are you trying to go? Don't know what you're trying to do. Let's get you fueled up. Get this correct side of the truck. Fuel coming. Perfect. That's just about enough, I think. Welcome along if you've just joined. Great to have you in. If you've got any questions, just sing out. We're here on Vintage Oaks, having a great day. And we want you to go not that way, champ. Go back that way. That should work. Let's just turn around. So there's no danger we're in the way. Well, there's less danger we're in the way. Excellent. Now let's take stock. Don't want to buy any. You're filling up nicely. Let's go and get some more bales done. At least if we do the baling before we roll over into September, we maximize our chance of having enough silage. It's interesting. Simple Inspector either thinks the New Holland is still working or it's just got itself stuck in a place that it can give the illusion of working. I do like it when we have other vehicles that drive past on the roads. Ah. Lazy brake pedal. So we don't get stuck on the corner. Oh, where did you go? I don't know if any of you saw Mr. Silage reviewed the static Silo Kings today. And so they represent an opportunity to buy a container with 10 million litres of TMR in it for 45,000. It comes with a free feed mixer. So what maps are you guys playing on at present? What's capturing everybody's attention? I haven't been paying too much attention to the map releases over the last week or so. Oh, come on, tick over. There we go. And back up the truck. Let's go back that one. Straighten up, straighten up. I'm intrigued. Let's go and see what's happening in our silage clamp. It's kind of like when you leave kids playing in the other room and then all been too quiet for too long. Yep, that'd be it. Neglected to tell me that you've been bogged probably since just after. Oh no, not doing too bad. 82%. You've done well. I only relatively recently got bogged. I take it all back. How long's it going to take? A little while. Long enough to go and unload that. Yep, you're coming along. How much grain have we got in this truck? Not much. So we leave you. That means that you're there. Now, where you're still going to have a while to get back here. The question is, which way did you go? That's over the road. Oh, there he is. He managed to get out successfully without crashing on this occasion. Let's see if he makes it in the gate. Ah. Anything particular on senior moments? Perfectly acceptable on this channel. Grant? Any particular focus on No Man's Land? I did enjoy Elk Mountain. Played on that for a little bit. Hubbard I'm not familiar with. And a bit of wheel spin there, champ. How much grain have we got going in here? Only 7-8%. Right. Cow, sheep, greenhouse, no crops. Cool. It's looking from that FS25 stuff like we'll have a couple of extra greenhouse options, which will be good. I quite like the idea of producing seedlings in your greenhouse and then planting them in the field. That sounds interesting. Well, I'm not confident you'll get back unassisted. Like you'll find your way back, but then you'll get stuck on that fence again. So we'll just ride along for a bit. We've got a bit of a habit, this combination of cutting the corner. Not entirely compatible. Nice. That was another one of the options that I thought for one of our farms is we could do some older style equipment with any one of the farms. Do a bit of a combination. There's our sunflowers looking fabulous. I'm guessing this corner up here is still too tight, is it? I thought there's just there's just a fence in the hedge right on the corner there. I thought I'd actually fixed it, but it's not quite a post, and that post pop out a little far. Never mind. You'll be here, there, and there. Then he'll be coming up the road here. He'll be coming around the corner when he comes. It's time to check. Good stream for trout, I reckon. Just have a couple of opportunity to throw a line in at the back of the property. All right, now let's just stop you right there because you're going to do something silly. Just because is a perfectly acceptable rationale. We won't put you back on because what we're hoping is you'll wake up, but that's not looking like it. Because you've really gone to sleep. You can unload. Excellent. That's what we want. And then go unload the combine. Bonus. Obstacles to test lazy drivers. Yeah, thanks. I did notice that the traffic code with regards to fences on corners is a little different in the UK than it is certainly here in Melbourne. The requirement to have a 45-degree angle from, what is it, point on the curb. I can't remember the actual specification. It's something like 9 meters from the corner. You've got to draw a line at 45 degrees across the edge of the corner. I remember falling foul of it once upon a time when I tried to build a fence on my, we used to live on a corner, and the council very kindly informed me that there was a whole bunch of things I had to comply with, all of which required extra fee, of course. That contract's coming along. You're going to empty him. Okay, we're happy with that. Whoa, what's Courseplay upset about? Well, that explains why the unloader stopped. Oh, that was my question, Mr. Brisco, while you're here. Is there a, is this a silage sell point? Or more importantly, where in here is the silage sell point? As you can see, I brought bales over and I turned that tag on. Now, to be fair, when I first brought them over, they weren't silage, but they are now. That's not silage. But as you can see, even when I did have silage, I was having difficulty figuring out where to sell it. So I'm confused. Is this something that I needed to fix that I wasn't aware of? Or is in fact the sell point somehow hidden somewhere? Didn't try there. I think that one was for straw, wasn't it? So we do have a bunch of bales over here to sell if we can ever figure out where. Because that's the wool shed, yeah? I can try there just in case, but I'm pretty sure it won't be in there. Correct. Nope. Okay. Brisco's back at work. So, where do we need to do? No, we're not going to get more livestock today. Oh. Where are you trying to go? You were doing so well. Ah, okay, maybe that's the case. You might have FSB. I just assumed I would be able to sell there because that's where I sold in the first version. It never, and it because it looked basically the same, I never thought to test anything until I rolled up there with a truck full of silage. That's all right. I can sort it out. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's... I can just... Well, I can do lots of things that to fix that. I can just add a placeable sell point mod that just gives me the drop point easy enough, and I'll just put it outside the bunker. Or actually, I could just put it on the edge of the big storage shed. Would do. I will sort it out. I'd completely forgotten about it, or I would have fixed it the other day. Well, that is going. Get out of his way. That's quite good progress there. We can do that and that. No, stop. Do that. That's better. I realise we're a few minutes early, but I'm going to need to stop it there this evening. We've made good progress. We will be back here on Vintage Oaks on Monday night. So until then, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you've had a bit of fun, got through whatever you were doing. If you were keeping yourself occupied through another chore, thanks very much for watching. Have a great weekend and see you next week. Cheers.